Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino on radio, TV, and the internet, and I take complaints from consumers every day. And one of the biggest complaints, bed bugs, a huge problem, especially across Utah. So I invited a Utah expert to come in to talk about bed bugs, and more importantly, what we can do about bed bugs. We have Tracy Teeples, owner of Beeline Pest Control. Tracy, thanks for being here. Bed bugs just give you that awful feeling even thinking about them.
They do. Yeah, we get calls from people that are freaked out about it. They're afraid to call us. They actually let the problem get worse because they're afraid to let everybody know they have them, and in the meantime, the bed bugs are multiplying.
Yeah, so bed bugs are in the news like crazy. Let's talk about the trend. What is the trend? Are we winning the battle?
We're gaining ground, but I wouldn't say we're winning yet.
Like nationally, it's doing this?
Yeah, it's going up. If you look at a chart of how many bed bug treatments we did like 6 years ago, practically none. You know, we might get a call every month when they first started out. We get up to 10 calls every day now. So it's just exponential, the amount they've grown.
Let's talk about the causes, the prevention, the treatment. First, the causes. You mentioned to me people do a lot of dumb things when it comes to bed bugs, and they cause sometimes more problems.
Yeah, usually the dumb things are done after they get the bed bugs. So I don't know if that'd be a cause of the bed bugs.
Okay, but let's talk about both then, the cause of getting them and the spread. Like getting them, what can we do to prevent getting them? When we go to a hotel, is there a safe habit we can get into, or is it just inevitable we're going to get them?
Twice in the last year, I've stayed in a hotel, well, one was a little cabin, and inspected and found bed bugs before we stayed the night there.
So what do you do when you find them? Do you refuse to stay there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can tell us how to inspect because you inspect as part of your job. Look how small they are, first of all.
Yeah.
They're not easy to find. Now, where do you look?
The bed itself is usually the best place to check. They'll hide in other places, but the bed is where you're likely to find them easily. Now, in a hotel, it's different. At home, they'll hang out on your bed itself. But in a hotel, the sheets get changed so often that they get kind of annoyed by that. They'll start to hide behind the bedboard or maybe down lower in the frame or something like that. The most often spot I find them in hotels is where the bed touches the wall close to the headboard.
Right
That's
behind
a hot
the headboard?
spot there, yeah.
Do they avoid daylight, or doesn't it matter?
Their schedule depends on the people sleeping there. If we sleep there in the daytime, they'll start to become daytime feeders.
Okay, all right. So when we know there's bed bugs, we can inspect the hotel room and around the headboards and the picture frames and the bed stands. We choose not to stay there. But even if we do stay at a hotel, just in case, is it wise to keep your stuff off the bed?
Whether you put it on the bed or not, it's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference. You're going to be sleeping there anyway, you know. Your luggage is, sometimes they'll climb on your luggage when you throw it in the closet, they climb on the luggage, you take it home. That's a common thing. And we still get some calls like that. Where we are making ground is in the hotel industry and that type of thing. They're getting educated quickly because some of them were starting to get sued and stuff. So they get educated quickly, and the general public was a little slower in getting educated, although we're making progress there.
So then let's talk about dumb things we do at home to exacerbate the problem, okay? Maybe not cause it, but to make it worse.
Yeah, there's two bugs I never recommend for people to try to take care of themselves: termites and bed bugs. You're going to make it worse and cause more damage. Bed bugs, people will get those bug bombs, and they let those bug bombs go. Kills a bunch of them, makes it look like you're making progress.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill any eggs at all. The eggs will still be hatching out. The bugs it doesn't kill, it spreads them out throughout the house. Then when you finally get around to calling a professional to come treat it, the bugs aren't in the normal places. They've spread to new hiding places, much more difficult, deeper into the walls, deeper into voids and stuff. Harder.
So bombs are not the answer.
Yeah, bombs are not good, and they're not safe anyway. You've got a lot of chance of airborne stuff spreading to areas you didn't want it. Also, if you forget to turn off a pilot light or something, that stuff's flammable. We've got several stories of people blowing up houses doing that, so not a good idea.
All right, so then let's go to the part where we spray. Can we spray ourselves?
Most sprays are going to be what we call repellents. If you take a close look at a bed bug, if you want to get that close, they've got little antennas on their head. They can detect the product before they touch it. So as they're walking up, they'll detect it and actually stay away from it. If you spray areas where you saw them hiding before, now they're going to stay away from those areas, and they're going to go to new areas, which when you finally get around to calling a professional, it's going to be harder because they're all in weird places.
All right, so we call a professional Beeline.
Yeah.
Where do you look and what do you do?
We treat the entire house. Some people call, and a lot of companies will do just treating one bed or one room. A lot of people call us and say they've had 2 or 3 companies out and never could get rid of them. You got to treat the whole house.
Okay, and treating the whole house is spraying it
Yeah.
with special chemicals,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, yep. We're going to use liquid sprays for the most part. And one important thing, we use a growth inhibitor. It's kind of like birth control for bed bugs.
Really?
Bed bugs reproduce. A single bug can lay up to 5 eggs every single day. And so if you got 200 bugs there, you do the math, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the other thing about Beeline, you believe in a series of treatments when
Yeah.
you treat, not one.
Yeah. The good products are going to be quite good at killing the bugs. There's not much out there that's going to kill the eggs before they hatch. What we do, kill off the adult bugs, the easy part, give it a little bit of time for the eggs to start hatching, do a series of treatments every 2 weeks, and gradually it just wipes them all out.
Okay, so they do a series of treatments, and then they have certain guarantees. And I urge you, if you're looking for an expert, to look up Beeline Pest Control to find out how they can help you. What do you think the most misunderstood thing about bed bugs is?
Oh, people think you got to be dirty to get them.
Yes, and they're ashamed.
And they're ashamed. And that, like I said, makes the problem worse because they wait to call. Remember, the bed bugs are laying 5 eggs every day, so the longer you wait, the more bugs you have to get rid of.
And that is, you're right, people don't like it. That is kind of a stigma.
Yeah.
And keeps people from calling. But you urge them to call or to do something about it sooner than later because, as you say, 5 eggs a day, and if you multiply that by how many bugs you have.
Exactly. Yeah, you get out of control in a hurry, and the farther they spread, the more populated they get, the more they spread into deeper crevices away from the bed and stuff like that. Just gets more difficult to get rid of. And in the meantime, you're getting all those bites, and you have to live with all that annoyance, or you're spending money on stuff that doesn't work, and it's all a waste anyway.
Now, Tracy has become somewhat of an expert. He trains a lot of people on the eradication of bed bugs in the industry. And you can reach him at Beeline Pest Control. You've seen the website down there and a number of phone numbers because they're all over Utah, Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, St. George, just about the whole state, right?
Yeah, we cover most of the populated areas of the state.
And if people call you and you can't get to a certain area, you know people.
Yeah, exactly.
Beeline Pest Control. The website's wonderful. The numbers, right there. They'll get right back to you with appointments if you want them. Beeline Pest Control.